is Marian. I've been working with Holly for the past 7 months, just over 7 months, and I wanted to share a little bit about my experience so far with Holly. I'm not very good with words, and I'm going to try to do it justice and find the right words to explain everything that I've been able to explore with Holly. She has given me such a safe space to really let it all go, let it all out, everything. I went into this knowing that I had to give it my all, and Holly provided me with that space to show her everything that compounded what was me. And we've been working on so many areas in my life. First, we started with some of my past traumas, some processing of experiences and programming that I had from my childhood. The tools that I learned from that, I still use daily to this day. Then we moved on to my business because I'm a piano teacher, and we implemented some changes in my studio, some really cool and excellent changes. But the change that was the most important for me was the change in myself. So we increased the fees at the end of the year, and then I just raised them again, and students kept coming, and then I raised them again, and students still keep coming. So she's just giving me the confidence to be so much more in my business, so much more to be able to really explore and be full in what I do, because I love what I do, and make it something that gives me in many ways, gets back to me. So yeah, those changes that we did was great. One other thing that's massive that Holly has helped me with is my love life, my relationship with my husband. She's been helping me to figure out many things that I'd forgotten about, or that I thought at one point were important, and then I stopped thinking they were important, and I sort of let that go and was just living and just being in this relationship rather than living the relationship, like loving being in the relationship. So it's helped me understand my husband, his thought processes, his journey, and how to honor that without losing the honor that I have for myself first. As I said, we touch on a lot of areas of my life, and obviously one of them is my love life, my relationship with my husband and the father of my kids. So everything is under the magnifying glass with Holly, which is precisely what has to happen. And then something would plateau. Actually, for a little while the calls would be just talking and letting things disinvolve, like just out naturally, and some things would stick for the next call, but nothing major was going on. And just as I was getting impatient, life gave it to me. Life gave what was preparing me for, and it gave me an experience that was quite traumatic for me. It brought up lots of layers from my childhood, being bullied at school and rejected by others, and it really felt really raw. And Holly, in one phone call, made me feel reborn, but not reborn as in refreshed and new. No, it was like added to what I was already, to the being that I was, in another layer, a higher and stronger and lighter layer of me came out with just one phone call. And people ask me what's the difference between Holly and a psychologist, and I really can't put it into words, into simple enough words would be it's decades of psychology to get to the layers that you get with Holly in one phone call, right at the precise time. So it has given me a whole new way of looking at life, living life, being around others, leading as an example. I am just so full, and I know I still have space for more, and there's still a lot of layers to work on. And we will go back to working on my business. That's just going as it's fine, as it should be going. We can always work on more, and that's what I love about Holly, is the flexibility of when things arise in your life. Other things can take a step back, and there are reasons for it. And because one of the things we were going to do for my business was online course, an online video course, piano course. And had I done and gone through it back then when I was buying all the equipment and I was doing some tests and recording some things, had I done that back then without the experience that I've had, it would be a totally different course. And the strength and energy that I have right now puts me in the perfect position to create and open up and give and connect with everything, and just sharing what I want to do. So I'm in a much more peaceful and in-tuned place with myself. I feel I have the tools to teach myself and guide myself how to get to these places when life gets tough. And the most beautiful thing I've learned so far with Holly is that whenever anything gets bad, there is the same amount of good coming afterwards. And it's so true for me. It's so true. If I hadn't had that traumatic experience just a couple of months ago or 3 months ago, I wouldn't have gotten half or a third out of this life coaching experience. So I really do urge anyone that wants to become their better version of themselves, the most expanded and connected version of themselves, really feeling whole, and I don't know, I can't do it justice. I'm just in awe, and I will always forever be grateful to Holly for teaching me and guiding me, and for helping me so much these past few months. I can't wait to keep learning. You will be in good hands if you go with Holly.